What is going on, everybody? Broad Street Bulls season premiere. My name is Jeremy Horwath, and I am with my co-host, George Ryder. We are very excited to start this show. This is the first show that we have done. We did have Diamond Talk before, but baseball season is going slow, and we need to just get more shows out, and this is the new thing. Going over all Philly sports, getting rid of just baseball, so we are very excited to start it. George, how you doing tonight?
We're back, baby. We're back. We're not better than ever, but we are back. Yeah, yesterday wasn't amazing, but
No.
we'll break it down the best we can. I guess there's a lot to talk about, not a lot of good at all. So it'll be interesting.
Of course. I'm pretty sure we all know what he's talking about. That terrible, sad loss to the Bucs on Sunday. First round exit went further than we expected, but definitely still heartbreaking. But we will go into that. We will go into that game a lot more. Going a deep dive into Jalen Hurts, a discussion that everyone has their own opinion on, and that's something that I am very excited to talk about. Maybe not that excited because I'm not gonna like what I'm gonna have to say, but I'm excited to get into it a little bit. Jalen Reagor has to get talked about as well. I'm sure again no one wants to hear that either, but Jalen Reagor will have to get talked about. Jonathan Gannon possibly leaving, just whole bunch of news coming out and everything. So we are very excited to get into it. And if we have some time at the end, definitely get into some Sixers because they had a pretty bad game today, but we'll see how it goes by the end. Starting off though, heartbreaker on Sunday, George, wasn't it? Heartbreaker.
You want to say heartbreaker?
Gut wrenching.
We all talked ourselves into it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone but Phil, right? Like Phil was like, no, stop it. But everyone else, like I was so in. I was like, don't run the ball towards Vita Vea, and we have a chance to win this game, like outright. And it just didn't go that way at all. There's nothing that we thought would happen happened. Everything that we should have thought was going to happen happened.
Yeah. No, and again, you're right. And, I had myself just like you, I did talk myself into it, into maybe not a win, but showing some competition, maybe seeing a little bit more out of these guys like Jalen Hurts or seeing Devontae Smith get targeted, seeing how well we can run the ball, how Gannon would do against Brady with his defense. I just wanted to see more out of everyone. And maybe I shouldn't have expected that much. I mean, when you look back at the schedule, we beat one team that had a winning record only because the Saints won their last game. We won. Everyone else we beat Taylor Heineke, Zach Wilson. We've all heard these names. You know what I mean? So we should have expected less, but you know how we are as Philly fans. I'm still going to get myself excited. I was still out here making TikToks, fly Eagles fly, flapping the wings, doing it all. I still got myself very excited. And again, just like you said, we should have expected less. We really should have. But even if we should have expected less, we shouldn't have expected how low this team actually did play. Because that's where my frustration is. I hear people saying, you should have expected less. We know that they weren't going to win. That's not my problem. I wasn't expecting a win either. I wanted to see more. How I saw this team, I'm worried about the future. And I get it. It's Brady. It's the Bucs. It's the defending Super Bowl champs, a great team. That's fine. But all the other problems I saw are things that you shouldn't be making these mistakes against any team. Jalen Hurts overthrowing 1 million balls. That had no effect on the Bucs. The Bucs did nothing for Jalen Hurts to throw the ball 10 yards ahead of everyone. Okay. These minor problems, there's no difference. There's no difference. So that's what kind of made me mad. I didn't need a win. I didn't expect a win. I just wanted to see more out of everyone.
I agree. I didn't need a win, and I don't think anyone needed a win. We were 9-point underdogs going into the game and going into the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady against a team that didn't beat anyone in the regular season. And everyone talked about that, and obviously no one was ignoring it. But you beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and that's what they did. They were 2-5. And you end the season 9-7, you can't take that away from them. That was still very impressive. And I know there was a lot of missed calls. The Kelsey holding was
that was bad.
That was bad. Late hit on Jalen Hurts, clearly extended his arms. He was out of bounds. There was a bunch of questionable calls, but at the end of the day, it was the offense. And I get this defense did they let up 31 points and I get that. There was a lot of momentum swings that could have shifted this game into a lot better direction. And maybe in the second half, we have a chance. That interception when Smith was wide open in the end zone and Jalen Hurts shifted his body, throws across, gets everything into it, and he still throws a short. And
Mhm.
and I know it's an amazing play, amazing interception. That has to be a touchdown.
No, that should be a touchdown. You're right.
It's 17-7 at that point. You get the ball back second half. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Goddard dropping that wide open pass. Goddard
Rough.
doesn't Goddard doesn't do that. Stuff like that, like, momentum swings are everywhere in the game, and fuck the box score. We could have lost by 50 watching that
Mhm.
game. All around, just terrible effort, like, from
No.
everybody. Every aspect of that game was bad, and that's the thing about it is, like, you go into that game, you see what's going on at first. It's not good. They scored pretty fast. It's like, "Okay, just show me something.
Mhm.
Give me something to be excited for about the future.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, give me a nice dime. Give me a nice dot. Give me some type of throw. Use your legs, something that's gonna make me say, "Okay, nice.
Right.
Like, this is I feel good. I feel good."
No,
Just
definitely.
none of that. None of it at all.
Yeah, and something with the defense too. I'm putting almost all of this game on the offense. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but I'm really gonna have to do that. Um, Eagles were down 17-0 at one point. After that, the Eagles defense got 4 stops in a row. 4 times they stopped the Bucs and gave the Eagles offense 4 chances to come back, and nothing was done. You know, that is draining on a defense. Going back on there, having to stop Brady that many times in a row, over and over and over, and they do it 4 times straight, and still nothing can be done on the offense. That's what frustrates me, and that continued to happen for the rest of the game. The defense honestly played a lot better. They had their issues. You're going to play Brady. Honestly, surprised the Bucs didn't score more. They should have scored more on this team, but the defense held up enough. I think 31 points is enough for the offense to try and to get to do more, or at least prove more. Jalen Hurts, that one play where Jalen Hurts did throw the interception, Devontae Smith broke the one dude's ankles, put him on the ground. Jalen Hurts decides to run away when there wasn't much pressure at the time. He did not have to change his body at all. There was not much pressure. If he threw the ball a second or two earlier, it's a touchdown. You know what I mean? Just minor things you can see in Jalen Hurts. Screw it. We'll get into the Jalen Hurts talk. The
You wanna
guy,
get into it?
we need to get into it because Jalen Hurts, and I don't want to be the I told you so guy, but I am going to be now, because I'm also the guy that if I'm wrong, I will be the first person to say it. Right now, Jalen Hurts, what we've seen this season, the reason why he looked decent in the regular season, his hot moments, his good moments, we were the first rushing team. Slap my laptop. I'm getting hype.
Getting
Any
it.
team, Jimmy G looks not really much anymore, but Jimmy G, when the 49ers ran the ball so much, 11 wins straight. You know what I mean? He looked, oh my gosh, like, why would you ever get rid of him? You're running the ball all the time and you're running off play action. It's exactly what the Eagles did. And that's fine. But just like I said, when you face good teams and the run doesn't work, you need Jalen Hurts to go out there and win a game, or go out there and prove himself and not have a run game to depend on right now. And this situation did happen. Situation happened against the Bucs, and there was moments where he could have proven himself. Again, I'm not saying win the game. There's minor things, not overthrowing balls, there's no pressure and he's still running around. That there was a play when it got tipped, and Quez Watkins was wide open. You know what I mean? And he ran away. There was no pressure at all. If he stayed in the pocket for 2 more seconds, there's 2 guys that are wide open on the field, but he gets so jittery after he gets sacked just once. And the narrative, he's young, he'll learn from it. I hope so. But the thing is that 2 years in the league, I don't care. He got all the practice in the world in the first week, in the first year. He's a 3rd-year quarterback now. Okay.
He's not a rookie, man.
He's not a rookie. We need to stop that narrative.
Oh, he's young.
We
He's
can't
young.
keep patting this guy on the back. We need to stop it, because any other quarterback is getting so much hate. He's getting so much hate. He did play miserable football yesterday, but guess what? He hasn't played good football all year. He hasn't. And you need to start realizing, people need to start realizing it. He hasn't done much. He hasn't won a game because of Jalen Hurts. The Eagles have not won a game because of Jalen Hurts. We have won every game because we have had an amazing run game, and all he had to do was be a game manager. That's what everyone's saying about. I hate bringing his name up. This isn't a reason why, but Carson Wentz, he got a lot of hate because he was a game manager in Indianapolis. Hurts has done the same exact thing. He's been a game manager the entire time. And then when it gets into his hands and he has to win a game or he has to go out there and make this team perform better, he doesn't get the job done. He just doesn't.
Yeah. And it's just like the worst part is you saw him at Alabama, you
Yeah.
saw him at Oklahoma. He never had a strong arm.
No, he
And
didn't.
like he really didn't. His legs were incredible in college. It was awesome. He's a Heisman finalist. He's taken his team to the playoffs. Like that's awesome. But he hasn't done anything to get better in the NFL. And I know he's young. That's fine. He's been in the league for 2 years, dude.
Yep.
He's been a starting quarterback all season. I get this team's not great, and I'm very impressed that we were 9-7, and his legs definitely had something to do with it. He's not your franchise quarterback. And
No.
like his arm's not gonna get better. You just watch him play. His arm's not gonna get better. It's bad. The overthrows are terrible. The intercept, like, dude, that Smith one will haunt me forever. If they score that if he hits them in the end zone, that game is like it just feels different. And I know we probably lose, like we do, but it just feels different.
And again, if he gets that touchdown, he makes that throw, this conversation might not be happening so much. You know what I mean? He could have played better after that. But the fact is that he hasn't done that.
100% though. The one thing that Jalen Hurts wasn't supposed to do yesterday was play so badly that we're like, like, do we even want him as this 1-year stopgap maybe until we get another quarterback? Is that like, are we going to pursue other guys this offseason? Like, what are we going to do? Because I think you start Hurts next year. You have 3 first-round picks. You're a rebuilding team. You went 9-7 rebuilding.
Yeah.
You have 3 first-round picks. You're going to be okay. Like, in the long run, we're going to be okay. It's just the matter of the fact that Jalen's probably, like, I don't want to say he's not the guy, but he's not the guy.
No, yeah,
he's not. Like, he'll be here next year, I think. Like, I really do. I think next year he's going to be here. But I think mostly that's because we still are partially, like, we're in a rebuild.
Yeah.
We made the playoffs somehow, but we were 2-5 talking about should we tank?
Yeah, right. We were.
Yeah, like we're not a good football team, and we knew that, and we didn't belong in that field on Sunday, and you saw it. It was a slaughter, dude. It was bad. That was a terrible game, and Jalen pretty much showed, just like Scotty just said, he opened the door for off-season options.
He did.
There are some guys out there that are intriguing. I don't know. I don't see them like pursuing a serious quarterback. We're not going to draft one first round, and if we do, like, pray for us because this quarterback class is not sexy at all. Like you want Matt Corral to follow you? Like,
no, I'm good.
I'm all right.
I don't
Kenny
want any
Pickett,
of them.
You want to get Kenny Pickett? Like, no, I'm okay.
No.
I'm good on that too. It's tough, dude. Yesterday was like really bad for Jalen because everything that people have been saying bad about him, he pretty much proved everything right yesterday.
Right, but the thing is, I feel like there hasn't been much of a buzz.
But then he walks out with a freaking boot on. Like that kind of pissed me off. Like, I know Jalen is nothing but a competitor. Like he's the man, dude. Like he's a competitor. He wants to win. You see, he's a dog. He's a good ass dude. Can we not walk out in a walking boot after we haven't seen a walking boot all year on you?
It looks like he's looking for sympathy, and whether he needed it or not, that's fine. But the fact that you pull it out now, it just makes you look bad. Dylan's right. Sometimes what you see is what you're going to get. It's not always growing pains and lessons. Exactly, and that's what I've been trying to preach. And I still haven't feel like there has been much of a buzz on Jalen Hurts as there should be. I mean, Jalen Reagor, which we'll get into later, he's not the reason we lost this game. And I get it. He played terrible. And yeah, he probably should be released. Everyone's blaming Jalen Reagor. Like, we need to stop. Jalen Reagor doesn't drop that punt. We're still losing the same amount of score. You know what I mean? Jalen Reagor gets them bad punt returns. We're losing by the same amount. There's no difference. And I get it. Like he
29 yards.
I don't want to say give him hate
all around.
Exactly.
All around.
But then I don't see much about Jalen Hurts. There's not much about Jalen Hurts right now. The only thing I'm hearing is kind of like what Scotty said earlier, leaving the door for off-season options. But that hasn't even been much of a buzz. You're not seeing this all over on ESPN Sports Center. Like, he played terrible, yada, this, yada, that. Any other quarterback plays like this, it's happening in a heartbeat, you know? And the reason why Jalen Hurts is going to be our quarterback next year, it's not because he did enough. No, there's no better option. Jalen Hurts played bad enough that if the draft class was last year, if Hurts played this way last year, like he started his career a year early and everything happened, if it was last year's draft class, We're not even talking about Jalen Hurts.
Mac
Jalen Hurts
Jones,
isn't the starter.
Mac Jones isn't really.
Jalen Hurts is the backup. Every quarterback that was drafted in the first round is better than Jalen Hurts. All of them. The only one that you can maybe say is Mac Jones, but let's be real. I mean, he'd probably be a better game manager. You know what I mean? The reason why Jalen Hurts, everyone's saying he did enough. No, he didn't do enough. He did enough to play better than Matt Corral and Kenny Pickett's and Malik Willis. Sam Howell.
The thing about it is we're just not going to waste three. We have 3 first-round picks. We're not. It would be stupid to waste one on a quarterback when
it would be.
They're all hit or miss. It seems like I love Matt Corral, and I do like Kenny Pickett a lot. Like Matt Corral is good. I think I'm not taking him with our first-round pick, and he's probably not even going to be there if he falls. And you're tempted, do not take a quarterback.
I pray to God we don't. And you guys see how much I'm hating on Hurts. I want him to start next year, but because of the reason I said, there's no one else better.
Yeah, listen, it's the thing. Like I don't see them really pursuing options like seriously, just because like we still like this team is still a technically rebuilding team. They are like the first round picks this year got stockpiled so that we could do this and we could go into next year and say, all right, like. Now we start getting pumping. Like this is when we get going. So, like you want Derek Carr, you want Marcus Mariota, you want Teddy Bridgewater. I don't like. I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. I would rather start off with a new guy that we can build up. Jalen Hurts wasn't supposed to be this guy. We drafted him in the second round. We didn't draft him to be our franchise quarterback. Don't expect it then. If we don't draft him as one, don't change him into one if he's not doing enough. And he's not. That the whole narrative on Hurts, I get it. You want to support the quarterback, but every other player when they play bad in this league in Philly sports gets the most hate on, and I haven't seen anything about Jalen Hurts. That was very frustrating. Devontae Smith not getting the ball at all.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then when he does it's a screen pass.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And Dylan also saying, people saying we need more on offense, which is true, but what's the point when the QB1 can't get them the ball? And I also get that too. That also is a good point, which is why they are looking more defense for the draft. I mean, at least I am, and I'm pretty sure that they are too. But there's still other the whole Calvin Ridley situation, which we'll get more into in the offseason when the Calvin Ridley for a first round pick. We'll get into more. I mean,
in a heartbeat, Jeremy.
Yeah. And Jalen Hurts I don't think he would make them play worse. You know, it might lower their development a little bit, but that's kind of what you need to do. I don't think you can go out and get a quarterback and then that would just solve it. You know, I don't think a quarterback solves the issues on this team, which is why, again, I can't put everything on Hurts. But the things that we can see out of him, he does terrible when there's pressure. He honestly, he can't throw a ball. He struggles on deep passes. He struggles on short passes. He just has a bad arm.
He's not accurate.
As a quarterback, is that not the most important thing in a quarterback is their arm? Their arm is the most important factor. And the fact that we're like, well, he can run the ball, you know, he's a really good running game. He's really good with the running backs. I don't care. I don't really care about that.
Watching a quarterback like scramble and go for long runs is like really fun, but it doesn't matter when you can't throw the ball to receivers. And it's not even like he doesn't have a deep ball. He doesn't have arm strength. He's not accurate.
No, terrible.
Those overthrows yesterday were so I was so mad. I was freaking fuming at this game because Jalen Hurts didn't give you anything. Like I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm like, give me one play that's gonna open our eyes and be like, all right, like give us a little momentum. And it was like it just wasn't there. And I get like that Goddard catch changed all the momentum. Him dropping that ball changed so much. It like we were on a roll and that dude right in his freaking hands. Like I get that. That doesn't make up for the other 5 overthrows that he had in the game.
Exactly.
Like that one accurate pass to Goddard that he dropped.
Exactly. And honestly, that ball wasn't even great. I mean, yes, it's a catchable ball, but even that ball, he was wide open and he had no pressure. Like them kind of plays are not plays that you can see out of average quarterbacks. If you take out Jalen Hurts' legs, what is he?
He's
terrible. He is.
He's
not in the NFL.
He's in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, exactly. He's not here. Legs don't last, and obviously his legs won't take this team far enough. It won't. I mean,
I just think anyone that I just think now, like, after watching that game, I know we're kinda digging into Hurts, but, like, after watching that game, if you have hope that he's still your franchise quarterback, I think you're delusional. I just
yeah,
think I think you like the guy because I love the guy, dude.
and
Jalen
so do I.
Jalen Hurts is an awesome dude. He seems like he's a competitor. He wants to win. He's a great teammate. Like, you can tell, like, the guys love him. He's not that good. He's not
Yeah,
that good
he's not.
quarterback.
And just like you said, I also love the guy. You know, he has a
Yeah.
great attitude. He already has done a lot for the city. He's done so much, and he's such a.
Oh my god, this man just cut out.
I don't care about that. That was weird. Did your screen just switch?
You, just cut out the stream
Oh,
and then
well,
came
I'm
right back
back.
in. Yeah,
Oh, there you go. That
I
was
thought
weird.
I thought I was gonna have to go solo for a second.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just the pro. I forget what I was even at.
I was
That confused me.
You love the guy.
Oh yeah, I love Jalen Hurts as as a guy and everything, but he's just not it at quarterback. You know, and I hate being the "I told you so" guy. And you know what? I still could be wrong. And I know Phil, if you're watching, you're the whole. You know, look what Josh Allen did. He sucked his first 2 years. Look at him now. Okay, Jalen Hurts
Ugh,
is not Josh Allen. Okay,
it's not
please,
Josh Allen.
Phil. I hope you're listening. I want you to hear this. He's not Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's got an
There's no
arm. He's
comparison.
got a Josh Allen's
Yeah,
got a cannon.
he's a cannon. It's crazy.
You just dismantle the top 5 defense in the NFL.
Exactly. So maybe we can get off the Jalen Hurts entanglement.
You wanna hop on to another Jalen?
I do. You know, you go in first. I went off with Jalen Hurts. You
I
go in
wanna
with
cut
Reagor a
I
little bit.
wanna cut his ass, but you can't. Like, they're not gonna do it. It's doesn't he
No,
I think he's owed, like, $4,000,000 or something.
I don't even know what it is. The main reason why he won't get cut is we don't let go of first round picks often.
That's true.
Arthega Whiteside's still on the team. And he's a special teamer.
I
He
don't
was
have
a second round pick.
any faith in Jalen Reagor at all, but,
Mm-mm.
like, if you wanna compare, like, Aguilar, next year would be the year that he broke out, that
Yeah.
Jalen should break out, but
Mhm.
I just don't see it in Reagor, and that was a one-year thing for Aguilar. Like, you see him in New England, he's
Yeah,
nothing.
not doing much.
He had a few nice balls on the Raiders, but that was it. Like, Jalen Reagor's God, it's so frustrating.
You
And
know,
yeah, I think the worst part is after he drops the punt, all you see is, like, the videos from the draft and Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson,
mhm,
and it's like, "Alright, we get it. We get it.
mhm.
Like, we
Yeah, you missed
understand."
out.
Everyone in the fan base knew. Everyone in football knew. You take the guy from LSU, you don't take the guy from TCU.
No. And
Dude, that drop punt was you see, the worst thing about the muff punt, I think, is he didn't even fucking he didn't call fair catch.
no, so you see him slightly put his arm up and then he put it back
Fair
down.
catch.
It was
What
terrible.
what was that? Like, he didn't even call a fair catch on that. And then
Yeah,
he goes into, like, a sitting position and, like, reaches his arms out, and it's have you ever played football before? I
dude.
haven't played football, like, as a team sport like that, but I know fielding a punt is you don't do it like that.
No,
That
no.
was that was so bad. Like, watching that, everyone was like, just like, what? Like, not shocked.
Yeah. And the thing that kind of got me as well is Nick Sirianni is always about accountability and everything like that. Jalen Reagor went out for every single punt after that.
Put him on exactly, like,
Put him on the bench.
what are we doing? Why are we still putting him out for punts?
I
You
don't
have guys
understand.
out there that can take it. Like, I would put Boston Scott. You can put even, like, Gainwell. You can do whatever you
It don't
want.
matter. Anyone. I
Why
don't care.
anyone put the guy that just muffed a punt that the fan base hates, unless he wants him to go out there and, like, redeem himself for the fan base and run one back, like, that
That's what
nothing's
I think. That's what I kind of think, but
like,
I don't
nothing's
know.
happening. There's no reason to keep him in on the punts. Oh, dude. All
And
like you
Syria,
said,
yeah.
all around, even special teams. We had a fucking 29-yard punt.
Oh my
That's
God, Sid
crazy.
Boss.
Yeah, like, that's awful. Let's just use a first round pick for a punter.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But even Jalen Reagor, did you see his Twitter?
He disabled his comments on
Well,
Instagram, I saw.
yeah, on Twitter, he took the Eagles out of his bio, and he doesn't even have a picture as his profile picture.
What a loser. He's still on the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
That's just like
I don't know what it is, and he's like retweeting like a bunch of things where it's like, who was it? Chad Johnson was like, you know,
I saw
support
that.
Reagor. Yeah, and Jalen Reagor retweeted that as well.
What was that tweet? You see, like, he He's like, he's gonna be a star. It's like,
I don't
no,
I don't know. I
no.
I don't know what I'd rather get Chad Johnson on the team than ding
Yeah,
Jalen Reagor at
yeah.
this point.
He
I mean,
said
I
he
don't
said
care.
he's ready. He said he's
Yeah,
ready.
I'll take Chad Johnson in 10 years than
Yeah,
over Jalen Reagor at this point. I mean, he's at least going to hit 300 yards, I feel. Jalen Reagor can't even do that or field a punt. So, and I get it. He was put in a bad situation. Jalen Reagor Howie Roseman put Jalen Reagor in a terrible situation, drafting him in the first round. No one had him projected as a first round pick. I had him as a mid-second round pick when I was doing the drafts then. No idea I was going to hear his name. I thought Jefferson was a lock. So he was put in a bad situation. If he was a second round pick and they knew he was kind of like, if he was put in a different system, we're not using Reagor how he's really supposed to be. He's supposed to be in that Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel kind of role, like that gadget player that, wouldn't be as well as a gadget player as them guys. And we're using him as a number 2 and he was a first round pick. So he's going to get this hate. I mean, I feel bad for him, but he comes out and he'll talk all the trash right back. You know what I mean? So he's kind of doing it to himself at a point.
I know he was a big like screen guy in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like he loved like the screen pass was his that was his thing, but he just sucks. Like I don't think it even matters like system or anything. Like what he's really bad. It's sucks. I remember when we drafted him, I talked myself so into it. I was like looking at his numbers and I was like, dude, freshman quarterback his senior year. Like that's why he had a down year. I was like talk myself into it when in the back of our head it's like Justin Jefferson's literally sitting there and you didn't take him.
Imagine that. Imagine Jefferson and Devontae. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Never have a wide receiver controversy ever again.
Imagine Jefferson and DK.
Okay, stop. Please stop. Let's not look that far in the past. All right. Jalen Reagor's terrible. I think that talk's done with because Jalen Reagor is so frustrating. I want him to be released. He won't. He's going to be here for probably 2 more years, even unless Reagor goes up and says, I want to leave. Like, I doubt Arcega-Whiteside has said, hey, I want to leave because he knows no one else is going to pick him up. If Reagor says, hey, I want to leave, which it seems like he might because of just how he handles himself on social media.
That's literally a Ben Simmons move.
It is such a Ben Simmons move.
I messed up really is. Out of here. I don't think they're going to keep him. And like, I know everyone wants him cut, and obviously I want him cut, but he's going to be here. It's just going to be dead cap. You don't want to do that.
Exactly. Don't even expect it. Reagor's on this team another year or 2. Maybe we'll cut him after that, but they don't get rid of first round picks often.
No, exactly.
Arcega-Whiteside, he was a second round pick, but I mean, even think of that. Andre Dillard has played terrible. He's still here. Reagor's still here. They're not going to move off of him yet. They're going to give him at least 1 more year. So we'll see what kind of. I mean, look. If we get another wide receiver and Reagor can fit that number 3 role, you know what I mean? And he's going to go more into the slot and he can be more of a gadget player. He's going to be more valuable. He might not be a great player, but that's where his value comes in. He's not here to be number 1 wide receiver. He's not supposed to be like Devontae Smith. He was never supposed to be like Devontae Smith or anything close to it. That's not a type of player he is. He's not a great route runner and he's not physical. I mean, he's a gadget player if you've ever seen one. And that's what Jalen Reagor is. So, it sucks. Got to move on. I'm already kind of over that Bucs loss because, I wanted to expect that more. So I'm looking more to the offseason and everything. Some offseason news that might be happening. Our defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, who mid-season I was okay with letting go of. You can find that on some of my Trending in the AM videos when I was over there. I have said fire Gannon right now, and I'd be okay with it. He has been requested. 3 teams have requested interviews for Jonathan Gannon for their head coaching positions, believe it or not. And that is the Texans, Broncos, and Vikings. I don't know what these teams are expecting. I don't know why Gannon is even like a top candidate for teams. I truly don't understand it. I haven't looked that much into it. I know he's been coaching this league for a while.
Did they say that? Did anyone say top candidate or not?
He is a top candidate for them 3 teams.
That's interesting.
No idea why.
You can't do worse than Mike Zimmer. So
yeah. Well, first of all, I don't understand why a lot of teams are going for more defensive-minded head coaches. It's been like, it's important to have a good defensive mind at like defensive coordinator, obviously, and it helps a lot. But at head coach, it doesn't work that often. You'd have to find an amazing offensive coordinator, and usually good offensive coordinators are usually head coaches. So it's a lot harder. And Gannon isn't even. I don't see him really being a good defensive coordinator even. So I don't get why he'd be a great head coach.
I just want to say, if anyone's watching this game that's watching, that pick six was horrible.
Oh, he threw a
It's
pick six.
21-0 Rams.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
Kyler's in the back of the end zone, and he's just chucked it up 5-yard line.
Was it a D-Hop? It was probably a D-Hop. He always does it.
Crazy.
He always does it.
But yeah, I'm shocked. I'm pretty shocked that he's getting. I don't want to say I'm shocked he's getting head coaching consideration, because I feel like teams just like to do their rounds.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get interviewed, and it's like they request a lot of interviews for guys, but I'm shocked if he'd be a top candidate for anyone. Like,
Yeah.
There's some guys out there like, dude, Brian Flores is like,
nuts.
I kind of like reading into it. It kind of just seems like they're kind of sick of him. He had like a Belichick thing. Like, he wanted to, like, everything was through him, and he was low key about stuff. He didn't like to voice a lot, but he's not Bill Belichick, so that you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. But great head coach. I'm shocked. Like, I don't know. If Gannon gets a head coaching job, good for him, man. Like,
dude, I honestly, and still, Gannon did. He's done great in the second half for some reason. He makes his adjustments, but that worries me that he's seen that the adjustments that he needs to do works in the second half. Why don't you put that more into the first half? And it's just, he hasn't been a great offensive or defensive coordinator. He does very soft coverage, and then once he tries the blitz, it's at bad times. I just haven't really seen why he's been a good defensive coordinator, and I don't know how that would make him a good head coach. I'd be fine with him leaving. I'd love to find a new defensive coordinator. If he wants to go to Denver and we can take Vic Fangio for a defensive coordinator, I'd love that little trade-off real quick, because Fangio is a great defensive-minded head coach.
I didn't even think about that.
If we have him as defensive coordinator, I think that would work out perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, defensive coordinators do not work out as head coaches. Dan Quinn, fantastic defensive coordinator, a top one in the league. When he was in Atlanta, he didn't do that well. These head coaches don't do as well when they're defensive minded. Robert Flores is probably not going to pan out that well in New York. He's defensive minded. The only one that can make it work is Belichick. That's it. He's the only one. Also, he has the best damn OC in the league. You know what I mean? So that's the only way it's going to work. So if you want Gannon, I'd love it.
Offensive genius, Kellen Moore. Quarterback draw, 14 seconds left.
Well,
I thought that was the best OC in football. That was bad.
That probably should be a conversation we should get into. Is Dallas sucks.
That made me so happy, dude. I saw them struggling to get to clock the ball, and I was like, oh my God, they're not going to get it off.
No. And dude, and Dak dropped respect for him so much. At least, with Dak Prescott, because he's done a lot and everything off the field. I actually respected Dak Prescott. Yeah. When they asked him about them throwing trash on the field at the players, he was disappointing the fans. And then they said it was actually pointed towards the refs. And Dak said, oh, okay, like, let them have it then. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, he was happy with them throwing it at
cheers to them or something. And it's like, dude, the refs did not lose you this game.
No, but that, like, him being okay with people throwing trash at the refs for a mistake that he made. It was his fault.
They were hitting Cowboys players.
Yeah, exactly. But
if that was us, holy hell, dude.
If that was Philly fans, you're seeing it everywhere. But you're not seeing it much since it's not Philly. It's not Philly. Again, it's weird situation. Dak dropped. My respect was high and it's very low now. I lost a lot of respect for him.
So glad they lost, man. And
so do I.
I'm so glad they lost. If they won that game, it would have been much worse.
Exactly. I would have such a worse attitude after.
Yep. It's like you won the division, but same spot as us.
Same spot, baby. Yeah, it's great.
Jimmy G, and they already told Jimmy G, you're gone after this year, bud.
Yeah, seriously, he is. Yeah, I heard Colin Cowherd ripped on Jimmy G earlier. Jimmy G's apparently getting hate. I don't know. I haven't seen much of it, but whole crazy thing happening with the Eagles. Gannon, if you want to leave, please go. I'd love to find someone new. Hopefully it's not up to Howie. I'd love to see your guy to get some say, but I mean, I guess we'll kind of see. Terrible loss. Jalen Hurts, you stink. I'm sorry. I don't want you to.
After the season, got to soak it in. It's all over. What are a few positives?
Positives. Devontae Smith is great. We made a lot of good signings. I like Josh Sweat getting
Wide
an
receiver.
extension. Avonte Maddox got an extension. And I like that we had a run game. That when I said having a good run game isn't always going to pan out, but it helps a lot. It does help a quarterback. It's just it only really helps a lot when the quarterback can do other things as well. So I'm happy we have a run game. Another positive, Nick Sirianni made the playoffs in his first year. That's a huge confidence booster, and I hope he holds on to that because it is very impressive. You had the schedule in front of you. You won the games you were supposed to win. That's fine. He did good enough. So hopefully Sirianni has a little bit of a confidence booster. That's kind of really the only positives, though. I mean, good extensions. The coaching should get a lot more props. I know they struggled a lot, but they beat the teams they were supposed to beat. But I think that's kind of the positives at this point. Jalen Hurts really disappointed. Really.
Yeah, for sure. Wide receiver 1, like we have a wide receiver 1, and it's set in stone. It's not arguable. He's gonna be the guy. Pair him with one more guy, and we're good. And like his offense isn't bad. You have Goddard locked up, just like you said. We got Sweat, we got Maddox, and Sweat not being in that game was tough. That sucks.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see him play, but wouldn't have meant much. But
Kerrigan filled in fine too. He played insanely well.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Ryan Kerrigan, baby.
He was the player of the game for us.
I know. It's pretty crazy.
Nuts.
But yeah, we got a wide receiver 1, good extensions. We got 3 first-round picks, which is awesome. And Sirianni, like, I'm not saying he don't twist my words. I'm not saying he should have won Coach of the Year, but he 100% should have got some consideration.
Yeah, I think so too.
He turned a 2-5 Eagles team that he was getting buried. He was getting freaking buried for what he was doing, and
I was one of them.
Yeah, and he adjusted. He ran the ball more. They ended up going to the playoffs. Kyler Murray just threw another interception. Holy moly!
I just saw Scotty in a group chat say, I don't know. I'm going to call you out on it, Scotty. He said Kyler Murray is the Jalen Hurts just drafted at number 1 overall. Yeah. That sucks. I love Kyler too.
Yeah. Oh, they're awful interceptions too, dude.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Definitely multiple takeaways that are good. Definitely a lot that are bad, but like this team is on the come up, sort of.
Yeah, and you also used a word that you used a word that I use a lot all season is the word adjust. Just like how Sirianni has his words, he says fundamentals over and over, and he says a bunch of words over and over. My word has been adjust this year. Nick Sirianni has adjusted, and it turned out better. Jonathan Gannon started to adjust towards the end. It turned out better. When you adjust, that's when I show more faith. Even if it didn't work, I'm okay with that. I want to see more. If one thing's not working, stop doing it because it's not going to start working out of nowhere. It doesn't happen. That's not a thing that happens. When you adjust, if the next thing doesn't work, fine, go to the next one. The next one. Something is bound to work. The first thing he adjusted, boom, run game worked. Exactly. So
you end up becoming the best rushing team in franchise history.
Insane. Yeah. So that's what I like. I think we had a lot of positives. Leaning more away from the Eagles talk, we can kind of get into a playoff talk. I don't know if you made predictions, but how did your predictions go for this first week of Super Wildcard Weekend?
I think I got everything right.
I got every game right. If the Rams win tonight, I got everything right.
I picked the Rams too, and they're freaking rolling right now. OBJ's about to go to the red zone, dude. I got every game right so far. Chiefs are easy, obviously. Niners are easy. Bills, I picked the Bengals, but I really, really, really wanted to pick the Raiders.
So did I, dude.
Yeah, and I was looking at it, and I was looking at the spread, and I was like, dude, 6 points, like that's a lot of points. So they almost came back too.
Yeah, they had some moments.
But yeah, everything's right so far. We'll see. I'm hoping, like, I kind of didn't want to be completely right because all my picks were like kind of chalk. It's like I picked all the favorites, but it's like
exactly.
Oh, actually, I picked the Niners. They were underdogs. So there we go.
Yeah, I did pick Niners too. Yeah. Wait, were the Niners underdogs?
+3.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Because they were in Dallas, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, that's really the only difference. Yeah. My picks were right too. A little bit early, but what just to so we can stay more on Philly. But real quick, what is kind of your Super Bowl matchup, and who you think's gonna win it all?
Dude, like, I think so. I got a few things. Like, I think I'm rooting for San Fran in a way because the fact that they already are like, yeah, Jimmy G's gone and Trey Lance is the future. If he goes out and wins a Super Bowl, dude, like
That's
that would be
controversy right
that yeah,
there.
that would be literally like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. But the Bills would be so fun, dude.
Yes, that's what
Bills
I'm
would be so
like.
fun. I'm kind of hoping for Packers Bills Super Bowl. I think that would be really fun.
Mhm.
And it's like it's different. Like we haven't seen that. So I don't want another Chiefs Bucks.
No, I
I
definitely don't want that.
really don't. Like Bills Packers would be so fun. The Niners going would be pretty cool. Get to see Jimmy G again.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
there's a lot of stuff. I think I'm leaning though. If I had to like pick a prediction, I'll go Bills Packers. I
I'm
think
gonna
Aaron
go.
Rodgers does it. I think he does it.
I want Rodgers too. Like I would like Rodgers too. Who I like, who I'd want to see is Packers Bills. That's what I would love to see. And
Yeah.
I'd probably either one to win I'd be happy with because I love
Mhm.
Josh Allen and I love Rodgers.
Yeah.
How I kind of see it though, for some reason, I have some weird feeling about the Rams going deep, but I have Bills all the way. So my prediction is Bills Rams, and
I could see the
I have
Rams.
Bills winning it all.
The thing about the Rams is like it's like, oh, Matt Stafford in the playoffs, but
Mm-hmm.
it ends up
Look at him
21
now.
nothing right now. That'd be
Yeah,
halftime.
yeah, he has a supporting cast around him.
It's
So
definitely Kyler Murray throwing 2 horrible interceptions doesn't definitely
yes,
help, but yeah.
also going to help, but it'll give him some confidence further on into the playoffs. So a lot more football going on. It sucks that it's not Eagles football, but there's still
We
other
still
stuff
got
going
football left.
on. Yeah,
Hold on and cherish every minute of football we have left because just like that, it's all gonna be gone.
exactly.
It's
And if you're
literally
not, and if you're just a Philly fan and you're not watching Eagles football anymore, we still got some Sixers basketball going on.
we
We still got
do.
some Sixers basketball going
We
on.
do.
Today wasn't the day to watch it.
No.
If you were working,
Thank
hopefully you didn't
God.
watch. Hopefully you weren't watching this game. I
Thank God.
worked. George worked. So luckily we weren't able to watch this game. Hopefully we can talk higher of the Sixers on other shows, which we will be live every Monday and Friday
Yep.
at 9 p.m. But yeah, today is not the day that I would love to talk about the Sixers, but this is what we're here for, and we're the ones that have to get through it, and you're the ones that's gonna have to listen to us talk bad about the Sixers team today. Not really what I expected. I thought this was going to be a win. The Sixers team has been playing really well lately. Embiid always doing his thing. Embiid was in for 29 minutes tonight, and he still dropped 32 points, shot 50%, 3 of 4 from the 3-point line,
Yeah, that's
8
cool.
rebounds.
That's cool.
Embiid had a great day.
He's been shooting the 3, like,
He has.
freaking well
And
this year,
and
dude.
how many games straight is he at 30 plus? I don't
Well,
even know.
he missed
Did,
it.
did he miss it the other day?
He didn't break the record, for consecutive ones. He had, like, 25, and Doc pulled him with, like,
Oh,
4 minutes left, and they were up by, like, 15 or something, 20, which kinda sucked. I wanted him to chase history, but
yeah.
he's got, like I think in the last 12 games, he has 11.
Yeah.
And
It's nuts.
if I had to guess, I think that's around what it is,
Yeah.
which
I
is
mean,
really good. It's
hell
cool.
yeah. Embiid has been playing out of his mind. The reason why we have been winning so much recently, the reason why we went on that 6 or 7 game win streak that we went on, we just been playing really well, even with some other, not a lot of guys out, but they were key guys like Maxey was out and Thibault was out from COVID. And Embiid still just stepped up, did his thing. The team is finally starting to come back together more. But it just seems like today, I don't know, maybe if it was the earlier start time, but something was up with everyone. I mean, Korkmaz, he played 28 minutes. He's got 6 points, went 0 for 5 at the 3-point line. Seth Curry played 32 minutes, shot 4 for 9, 0 for 2 from 3-point line. He only got 8 points. Yang, he got 7. Tyrese Maxey played well. He played 33 minutes, dropped 18 points, so that's nice and everything. But other than Embiid and Maxey, they scored 50 out of the 98 points. Yeah, by the way, they lost 117 to 98.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you wanna mention they lost by
Yeah,
19?
I forgot to say that. They lost 117 to 98. And Embiid and Maxey only want to put anything into it. No one else even dropped 10 points. Everyone was at like the 5-point range.
Did you see Kuzma put, Embiid on a poster?
I did, and oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
saw that clip probably an hour before our show.
yeah,
I saw that
sucks.
clip. That was bad. That was just made
I saw
made
it at
our
work.
guy
I was,
look
like,
bad.
checking the box score because that's what I was doing at work, and then I saw
Right.
the video, and I was like, "No."
It was rough. It was
Yammed
rough.
it right on him. Pretty
Yeah.
much this game, I didn't watch it. Obviously, I was at work.
Right.
From what the box score says and from we've been watching the entire season, it's like
Mhm.
Embiid needs help.
Exactly.
It's pretty much
And
it. Embiid needs help, man. Like this, I don't want to waste another prime year of Joel Embiid. It like wasting 2 in a row would be insane. He's playing like an MVP again. He's
mhm,
playing like a legit MVP for a second straight season where you could have argued last year that he should have won.
yeah,
And like it
no,
was
I'm with you.
arguable. It was arguable. Like Jokic was really good and he averaged like 9 assists a game or whatever. But dude, Embiid, this is back-to-back years where he's playing like an MVP candidate and a top 5 player in basketball, if not like 4, 3. So
Mhm,
you got to get him help. This is bad. I don't know what I don't know like if Ben's value is gonna change at all if you trade him either deadline or end of the season. I don't think it's gonna change at all,
yeah,
but you gotta do something. Like
gotta do something.
you gotta do something. It's I don't know if you wanna trade with the Kings, you want a little Halliburton, you want Fox, like
Figure
I
something
would
out.
it's just the thing is like we're not getting to James Harden.
Yeah,
And now we have James Harden rumors coming out.
there is,
Yeah,
there
and
is.
it's like, well, we could relocate and like Philly is still a spot for him. And it's like this could have all been dealt with if we did it last year.
Yep, yep. But then the whole Ben Simmons thing wouldn't have happened, and then Ben Simmons would have won MVP, and then we would have like been complaining about that instead.
For sure.
Something else would have happened for sure. But
Yeah.
I would love him to get some help. Coming off this terrible loss, our next game is against the Magic. They are 8-36 this year. So this is a pick you up game. They play in 2 days, Wednesday night at 7:00. Make sure everyone's tuning into that. And then again on Friday against the Clippers, they play at 7:00 as well. We will probably be going live right
Yeah.
towards the end of the game. So we'll definitely get a nice Sixers recap in. And there's any other news that pops up. Hopefully we can get some Phillies news coming out soon, or just some MLB news in general, because that has
That'd
been
be
a
great.
total nightmare.
That would be
A
great.
nightmare.
Hopefully the Flyers stop playing like the worst team in the NHL.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll splash little Flyers in
Yeah, definitely.
there.
So yeah, George, I don't know. Do you got anything else?
Man, that's about it. I mean, we kind of hit on all points.
Yeah.
We get the Sixers. Flyers are down 2-0, I believe, right now. It's a really bad game. So Birds, man. We'll see you
Birds,
next
man.
year. Cherish every game of football we got left because we don't got many left, guys.
Exactly. It's a heartbreaker, but hey, I think that's all we got here. This has been the first episode of Broad Street Bulls. Again, every Monday and Friday night at
You're
9
witnessing
p.m. Make sure
history.
you are tuning in. This is going to be something that we are sticking with for Diamond Talk is hard to keep track of because how this whole lockout's going. So we got Broad Street Bulls. That doesn't mean Diamond Talk's gone. You're going to hear us on here about the Phillies. You're going to hear us for an entire show once baseball comes back, so much more. So we are going to be dropping content so much only on DSM Media. You know what we're doing over here. Looking to get so much more done this Friday, getting some guests on. We're going to get people on all the time, a lot of DSM Media members. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We had a great audience the entire time. Comments flooding in, helping out a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. George, you got anything to say?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Witnessing history, first episode ever.
Witnessing history.
It was fun. It's good to be back. We'll see you guys Friday. Friday, 9:00.
Friday, 9:00. Make sure everyone links in the subscription in the description. Links down there to everything: our YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm making TikToks over there now. You're gonna see me do some horrible dances. You know what I mean? Yeah, make sure you're looking over there. Just follow everything. Make sure you don't want to miss anything. We got shows 7 out of 7 days a week. Make sure you guys are tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this has been